Girl, I don't know. Maybe because I'm attractive. Sorry, baby. Hi, everybody. I'm Vampy Bat, and I've been away for a little while. I was going through what some may refer to as a mental health emergency, which, pretty on swagger. It kind of sucked, but I'm back, and I feel much better. I have diagnoses now. Diagnoses? Doesn't matter. I've been working on myself, and now I'm back to give you a little scoop into my mind, and by that I mean a part 2 to how I had a shitty friend. I haven't made one of these videos for a while, so excuse me if I ramble, etc. I'm just here to have fun, and people were like, I miss your videos, Vampy, and I go, oh, thanks. Oh, also, I have a new VTuber. If you couldn't, this VTuber character's name is Toast, and I'm a boy, so please treat me as a man. You can tell from my very manly pigtails. But no, seriously, I'm a boy. I'm a guy. I'm a man. So please only use he or they pronouns for me. Wink. Oh yeah, and if you like these types of videos, subscribe, because I actually have like a whole bunch of scripts written so that I can make more of these videos. So kisses you. You should be my friend. Okay. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you've already seen the first part, and I'm just gonna go from where I think I ended it there and start the story from there, okay? So, part 2. This is where it fucking ends. I promise there's not a part 3. I promise it's not gonna take like several months for me to get out my final words. So I ended up moving in with this girl, and we used to just live kind of like really close to each other, so we'd be able to visit each other every day, but moving in with her was the worst fucking idea I've ever had. So buckle up. So actually moving in, for some reason she preemptively decided that she gets the bigger room and I don't get a choice. So that's really cool. That was really cool. So she got the bigger closet, she got the bigger room. She, like, my closet, I don't have any photos of it, but I was really pissed, and my dad was actually helping me move in, and he was like, this is gonna be a problem later, because that's fucking bullshit, because you pay the same amount in rent. I moved in first, by the way. I gave the courtesy of texting her and being like, hey, these rooms are not the same size. And she's like, well, I get the bigger room. And I was like, what? We're both paying $600 for the same room, but it's not the same room. So that, my dad saying that would be a bigger problem later, it does. So remember that. So also, horrible note, this is during COVID. So there was the complications of that, plus everything else that she was putting me through. So it sucked a lot more than it would have if there wasn't a horribly infectious disease going around anyways. Like, I already talked about my other roommates and how they behaved around COVID, and this is just like, it was such a disaster. This whole thing was a disaster. It was the worst decision of my life. I'll be so honest. So when we moved in, at first, honestly, it was pretty okay, besides the whole, she has a bigger room than me, and for some reason she feels she deserves that. I don't fucking know. But after that, it was pretty okay. We had our own spaces to, like, for ourselves, so if I got sick of her, I could just go to my room and she would go to hers, and it would like work out, because we didn't want to spend all of our time together. Like, we knew that we needed time apart, and that's kind of how we behaved in the dorms. But now we shared a wall, also important. And I was thinking that this would, like, because we had our own spaces, this would work out. However, you could probably gather from me saying this story to you, it didn't work out. Oops. So what also didn't help the situation was that the house that we lived in was a fucking mess. oh my god, I've never been in a messier fucking house. And it wasn't even like it was our fault, like, oh, we didn't clean for a month. It was when we moved in. I am not joking that I had to spend hours scrubbing the tub where we would shower because there was caked on dirt. And the shower head was so dirty, we tried to use like CLR on it, and it's still, like, we kept it in there for like an hour, and it did not dissolve all of the like calcium that was built up in the shower head. It just needed to be replaced. And remember how I just said that I spent hours trying to fucking clean this tub? Still was not clean. Still was not fucking clean. And just nobody ever cleaned this shit up. It was disgusting. This has nothing to do with her. However, it does have everything to do with her because she would not help me clean. I had to bring all of the cleaning supplies. For some reason, she didn't think to buy toilet paper or anything, and there was no toilet paper in the bathroom. We all had to get our own toilet paper, and she was just using my toilet paper and being like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. By the way, during COVID, when toilet paper was scarce. So, like, fuck her for that, honestly. Another unrelated thing to my friend, but did not help our situation, because this house was just a fucking, like, mess. Which, we had another roommate who, like, lived on the floor of our house, and she would come home every single night at 3 to 4 a.m. and just stomp around and turn every single light on. And, like, the walls were not thick. So I would wake up every single night at 3 to 4 a.m. and, like, listen to her for an hour stomp fucking around. And it didn't stop when school started. And eventually we had to talk to our landlord because we were like, this is insane. Like, I can't fucking sleep. And we had no way of contacting her because the only time she was there was, like, these strange fucking times. So there was no way that we could talk to her. And so, but they were like, my landlord was just like, that's just how she is. And, fuck off. That's not a fucking excuse. Are you joking? I was not getting any good sleep. This roommate sucked. I overheard her even talking about, my, like, friend roommate, like, right outside my door, and like, talking about just the shit that this other roommate was doing did not help our situation. What a horrible time. Anyways, back into the actual reason why I'm making this video. So, there was a red flag that I should have paid attention to back when we were both living in a dorm, which was that she would often say that she didn't feel loved by her ex-boyfriend because he didn't want to argue with her, and that's all she wanted to do. And, like, all right, like, they're understandable, and, like, some relationships, like you do need to, like, have, like, fights, and they have to be, like, amicable fights. But the way that she argued was to be fucking mean. Because the way that because she would do the same with me, where all she wanted to do with me was argue. And, like, you can, she is diagnosed this. I don't give a shit what she's diagnosed with. I don't care about, like, past traumas and stuff. Having to talk to her, and all she wants to do is be like, yeah, but you're kind of an asshole. And I go, what? And it's just like, okay, I'll give examples. So, like, a lot of, like, weird petty fights would always start, and it was just because of her. So, we went to the grocery store one day. Like, we would always go for, like, these walks because it was nice out and we would get exercise, whatever. And we would, by the way, I am in Canada, this is legal, but we would often get high with each other because that was, like, a fun thing to do. Like, in school, we would drink, and once we lived together in this new house, we decided that partaking in weed was fun. So I offered her a way for us to get us, like joints. So, like, actual, like, we could smoke instead of take edibles. And she freaked the fuck out. I'm not joking. So we would take edibles, stay high, and, like, whatever. That's cool. And she she treated it like I was offering her cocaine. Like, she was so angry that I would even think of offering her a joint. And it wasn't even like I'm like, okay, you have to pay for them though. I was offering her free drugs. And like, she started screaming in the middle of like our walk, like, what do you think? Why would I want to do that? Like, why do you think I would want? And I'm just like, dude, because we get high together. Like, this isn't a crazy thing to offer you. Like, it's not like she's scared of weed or something. Just instead of just like saying like, no, I don't, even just if she didn't even want to smoke, that's fine. But like, are you, the audacity of me to offer her another way to consume weed. I'm a fucking evil person, I guess. There was also another time where we were out for a walk, and we passed by this dude, and he checked us both out, and I was like, that was fucking gross. That was creepy. And instead of just being creeped out with me, being like, ah, yeah, that was fucking weird, I wish he didn't do that, she fought with me over the fact, she was like, no, he only looked at me. No, he only checked me out. And I was like, which, like, let's say that was true. Why does it matter? Like, first of all, I can see when somebody is looking at me. I'm like dumbfounded by this still. This was like years and years ago, but I'm still like, what does it, first of all, what does it matter? Second of all, I don't think that's true because I saw it happen. And third of all, why can't we just agree on a man being creepy around us? You know what I mean? Like, she just wanted to fight about all these things where she was like, no, he only checked me out. Like, why would he be checking you out? Girl, I don't know. Maybe because I'm attractive. Sorry, baby. What a fucking insane thing to do. I'm still like not over that because it just like, it felt like she just wanted me to feel like weirdly ugly about a man I didn't even want looking at me. What a pathetic thing to do. Anyways, she's very insecure apparently. And there was also another time where me and my at the time boyfriend, so he had a car, and me and my friend did not have a car. So whenever my at the time boyfriend will come to visit, what should I call him? So my at the time boyfriend, we'll call him Alan, like from Barbie. So whenever Alan came over, he would be able to drive us to the grocery store instead of us having to like walk to the grocery store, which was like great. Thank you, Alan. And she would constantly just be fucking upset with him or short with him for no reason. It was just so like incredibly rude. So I was like, Alan, I am so sorry. I don't know why she's behaving like this because she has no reason to have beef with Alan. She barely knows him. And she's doing him like a huge fucking favor. I'll be so honest, because having to do that walk to the grocery store sucked. So during the trip inside of the grocery store, I even said to her, because she was doing these like such like weird little mannerisms. I can't remember exactly what she was doing, but I was talking to Alan and I was just like, this is weird, right? And during that trip to the grocery store, I said to her, if she's going to continue being fucking rude to him, she can just walk home, because she had no reason to be that fucked up to him. I'm like still mad about it because like to me, whenever somebody's like mean to me, I'm just like, maybe I deserve it. But when I can like look in, Alan ain't do nothing to you, baby. Be fucking nice to him. He's doing you a huge fucking favor. Like, anyways, Alan, if you're watching this, sorry. Okay, and now here's the real fucking doozy. So we went to the park together to like get out of the house. That was like a common thing for us to do, was just like hang out at the park. And I said something about like not liking the music that these people were playing loudly at the park. I was just like, oh, these guys suck or something. And she called me judgmental or something, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And if you remember from my first video, she constantly judged me for my music taste. First of all, we didn't know these people at the park. Second of all, she had said so many worse things about my music taste. So I was like, it was basically like, where the fuck do you get off calling me judgmental when you're like the way that you are? You know what I mean? And she argued something about like her changing and how like, because there was like a summer in between, and she's like, I've changed. And I said that she hasn't, and I still can't play my music around her, which was true, which was very true. And there was like a big fight in public. She says, I don't need to show you that I've changed. It should be enough to tell you that I've changed. And when I tell you how taken aback I was, nobody has ever said anything like that to me before, where like, it's just so blatantly wrong. Like, you're just not right. That's just not correct. To be like, I should just be able to tell you, I shouldn't have to show you that I've changed. Are you fucking with me? So, that's gonna be forever, like, burned into my brain. Like, the stuff that I do next, I feel like is completely justified because of the things that she said to me. So, I lose my shit, obviously. I realize that she will never change, no matter what. And I made a huge fucking mistake moving in with her. So, I call my mom up, and she says something like, oh, if your friend needs a place to stay, she can always stay here with us. And I was like, yeah, me and her are on very good terms. Like, she's kind of a fucking mess. Like, I don't think I do want her to be in my house with my family. And she's like, what? And so I tell my mom everything that's been happening, which, by the way, is just like a long fucking list. I have my fan on. It's like early in the morning. I'm like, she shouldn't even be up yet. And I'm talking to my mom, and as it turns out, she had been eavesdropping on me. And she just accuses me of a number of fucking things, including like hating her mom and saying that her mom sucks, which just isn't true, because I loved her mom. So I was like, first of all, this bitch like listened to me vent to my mom and got all uppity and being like, you shouldn't have talked badly about me to your mother. Yes, I can. She's my mom. Just so ridiculous. I would give details about what happened during that time, but it was genuinely such a fucking mess. I don't remember anything that much, but I just remember her saying that. I just remember her saying something about me talking shit about her mom, and I was just like, okay, so not only were you trying to eavesdrop on me, but it wasn't even correct. Like, you just didn't get the facts right. So that was just like a strange time, and I was like, nope, this is it. If you think I can't talk to my mom about the things that I'm going through, my mother. This isn't like our mutual friend, it's my mother. Then, go fuck yourself. Alan, I tell Alan everything that's been going on. I text him, because if I call him, guess who's gonna be knocking at my door? And, so Alan picks me up, thank God, to, like, get me out of the house, and I have a little visit with him. Me and my friend block each other on everything, even though we are still living in the same house, and I just take that weekend to figure everything out, because now I am stuck living with this awful, horrible, terrible person, and it's not like Alan can help me, because it's the middle of COVID. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Eventually that weekend's over. However, I just remembered before I left to go to Mr. Allen's house, I knocked on her door and I said, everybody was fucking right about how horrible you are. I should have listened to them. Maybe this was mean to do. I don't care. But I was like, everybody was fucking right. I can't believe that I would ever be fucking friends with you. And then I left for Alan, so I was like, yoink the fuck out of there. And oops, everything after the weekend at Allen's, I forget, kind of, because it was just kind of a fucking mess. I didn't know where I was going to live because I really didn't like living in this house before I decided that I hated my best friend. And also because of this now new development in our story. And the last conversation I remember having with her was in the kitchen. And remember how I told you to remember some stuff from the beginning. She asked me if I'm moving out. And I say that I'm staying because I can't fucking really afford to move out right now. And she says that she's going to sublet her room, which means that she's going to rent it out to other people. And I say, that's fucked up because I wanted that room in the first place. And now that she's leaving, I don't even get it. And she says that I can't have that room anyways, because it'd be harder to rent out the smaller room. By the way, she never ended up renting that room to anybody else. I cannot express the scream that I scrumped when I learned that not only was I not getting the room that was supposed to be mine in the first place, but nobody was getting that room. Like, I will say that after everything, I just fucking moved back home because I was like, this happened in like 2 months. 2 months time. All of this awful stuff that happened with like my roommates and then my then best friend, all of it happened and I was just like, I just need to move home. I need my fucking mom. I still had to pay all of the rent for this place that I was never going back to. Boo. And what can I say that I learned from this? Oh my god, trust your gut and trust what other people tell you when they say that somebody's fucking insane. Because they're right. Oh my god, they were so right. I had so many friends and her like ex hookups be like, she's fucking insane. The way that she talked to me was fucking awful. And I was like, yeah, but maybe like she's like having a hard time or something. No, she's just like that. If you take anything from this, just see how they treat other people, because that's exactly how they're going to treat you. If they're not treating you like that yet, they will, because that's who they are. Most of the time, that's just who the fuck they are. You are not the exception to how they treat others. I fucking promise you. Oh my god. And if there is anything else that I could say, it's that friendship should feel warm and loving. With her, it constantly felt like a struggle to like prove myself or like compare myself to her or like something like that. It constantly felt awful. There were several times where I was just like, this is nice, and then it immediately was followed by, I was inadequate, all of my interests were dumb, I was fucking cringe, my boyfriend sucked, I couldn't have other friends without her being jealous. There was just constantly these other... It was not unconditional love. I will say now that I have friends where I feel like they love me unconditionally. I know that her love was conditional and that all of my other friends, their love is unconditional. There is a difference. There's a huge fucking difference. But that's basically the end of it. I probably missed like 100,000 details, but I hope it was at least entertaining, the stuff that I could remember. But yeah, if you stay to the end of this fucking video, you should like and also subscribe, and also check out my other videos because they're crazy. Okay, bye, thank you.